Where's your girlfriend? I thought you said he's coming over here for something.
JD.
Mercenary, soldier of fortune. He's more than a man. He's a walking death machine.
Thunder.
Black belt, primed for action with one blow. The death blow. Only 2 words describe the power and fury of this unstoppable team.
Stack of Dimes.
Join them as they band together with the incredible power of
Stack of Dimes.
Untamed and Unleashed to Kill.
This is Stack of Dimes.
Stack of Dimes. We are the podcast that bought a t-shirt in Europe and then we're trying to wear it on the first day of school, but now we're unsure about it. We thought it was cool, but now it's like in public with other people, and I don't think we're pulling it off.
You put it on.
Yeah, it's got this crazy pattern, and it's not what everybody else is wearing. It's too different, and we're not peacockers. We can't peacock.
God
and,
damn, this was like every. I wouldn't say I got it in like a foreign country or something like that because I was not going to foreign countries.
It's just always like, I went up to Vancouver this summer.
Got
Vancouver,
a thing associated with the vacation.
And it says Vancouver, but I got to school on the first day, and it stands out like a goddamn sore thumb. And I'm not confident enough to own it. Like, I can't own it. I can't live it. Yeah.
The worst part about that, too, is you would discover something on that first day. Like, oh, this is the thing that this is what's hot right now.
Yeah.
That would be always the thing with me because it's like, I can watch MTV, but I don't know what brands these people are wearing.
That's a bridge too far. Like, what they're wearing on the MTV Jams, I can't go there.
But but somehow somebody at school, the cool kids, knew it, got it, and then you walked in wearing your dorky thing from Whistler or whatever and you're like, oh no.
Or I'm wearing wearing the Batman t-shirt. This is my favorite. This is my my favorite shirt I got at Disneyland. No,
not anymore.
No. Like I swear to God, like now today you'd be like, oh, there's a text message thread or there's a Facebook group or something that I'm not. What does TikTok have? I don't know. There's a group I'm not a part of where they've discussed this and arranged it, and like they all showed up and they were coordinated and they knew what the hell they were doing.
All on the same page.
What the fuck were they doing in the 90s?
I don't know.
Because somehow they were all on the same page.
I know.
And I was like, is there like a chain letter?
That's what I'm
going
saying.
around? Like how did they figure it out?
Like a magazine that I'm not getting or I'm not into. Or...
Like when I went to Jimmy Z's, they didn't have that. Like when I went to international news, they didn't, like whatever they were wearing, like they didn't have that thing that day.
No.
Yeah. The first time I went like back to school shopping by myself, do you remember the first time you went back to school shopping like by yourself? Like go get some clothes. Go Little Thundy. Go pick your shit out.
Okay,
figure it out.
If you were saying like, okay, you're 16 or older, you have your own car now, and you can go get your clothes for the school year or whatever. Yeah. I was probably going with friends.
Okay, yeah, right? I was like a freshman or 8th grade or something like that, and got dropped off at the Everett Mall.
Okay, yeah. But you were with a friend.
Yeah, with a friend.
So then you guys.
But your mom wasn't gonna like wander around with you. She's like, here's $40.
Go get what you want to get.
Buy some shit.
But what I'm saying is you're with a friend, so at least you can bounce things off of each other. Or what do you do? Oh, I'm going to get these Capizios over here. I'm going to get these Z Cavaricis.
It's only $40. I wasn't rich. Didn't have all that, like, come on, Z Cavaricis.
I was at Mervin's. My mom was there with me. That's what, let's be honest.
I remember I got probably something like a Jimmy Z's or like a off the shelf or whatever.
What was Jimmy Z's?
I don't know. Wasn't that one of
Jimmy Z's was like a bar in Everett.
I don't know. Wasn't there a Z's?
You're probably talking about like the Cube at the Bon Marché, or you're talking about Zoomies.
Zoomies is maybe
or you're talking about Chess King. Or you're talking about Above the Belt. I mean, that's probably what you're talking about.
I remember going to one of them, and I was like, we grew up. I was actually jealous of a kid the other day because I saw him wearing something similar. He was wearing a Maui and Sons t-shirt, and he was like 8 years old, 10 years old probably. I was like, fuck yeah, it's coming back. And I saw him down at U Village. But I probably went to the mall and bought a bunch of those. But I was too fucking dumb to go like, oh no, you have to like get your size.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
You don't just be like, I like shirt. buy a shirt. And then I got home. I remember my mom going like, "Do these even fit you? This doesn't even look like your size." I was like,
too big though, right?
No, I got ones that were even like too small.
Oh, really?
I just went all over the board.
You just grabbed them.
I like this one. I didn't care to like. I looked at the price. I looked at the design of the shirt, and I thought sold.
Done.
Didn't think about fit.
You didn't like try it on?
No,
oh shit.
It was a T-shirt.
Oh,
try
shit.
on a T-shirt.
No,
I trying on things in the mall was just like
I did it all the time. Yeah, I couldn't afford to fucking.
But I just remember like getting home, just like two of the 6 shirts I bought were actually wearable. I was like, but I like the design.
Mine were always too big.
Yeah.
That was the whole. I always wanted to figure like I was.
I think I had one that was too small, and the rest were probably muumuus. But at that point, it didn't matter. You can wear a muumuu to school. You just tuck that shit in your jeans.
Yeah, no, it was actually
tuck it in.
Yeah, that was kind of like it's hanging down, way down, almost.
Yeah,
to your,
you could tuck it in and do the fold over.
Yeah.
Like you tuck it in, there's enough little, like you can create the little mushroom top.
Stop explaining to me how to fucking tuck in something. I tucked in everything with the goddamn braided belt because the braided belt never ran. Like I'm fat. Yeah,
you tucked in tight though.
Yeah.
But like I like to tuck in with a little bit of like poof.
It will work its way out.
Oh,
but yeah,
like
I usually had a poof. I usually tried to get a poof.
Yeah, it was nice. You gotta like.
If the shirt's too big, you'd get a poof. But if it fit properly, you didn't get that much of a poof.
I always had the poof.
Yeah.
Most of my clothes in general, I feel like growing up were like too big.
Yeah, but you were a slender kid.
But I'm just in general like that was the size. You're like, yes, it fits. It's not too tight.
Yeah.
You're like I was never testing for is it too big. I was just always testing for it because you're growing up and stuff. You're like, yep, it fits. And like looking back now, you're like, that was the biggest fucking shirt.
Oh, it was ridiculous. Yeah, ridiculous. But that was also kind of the style too. It was like. Yeah, if you had a short sleeve, that short sleeve was hanging down like past your elbow.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, I'm like, okay.
I'm looking at my shirt now. No, it's not hanging past my elbow.
So, okay, kind of while we're on this, you got a kiddo going off to middle school.
To middle school, yeah.
And you explained middle school, at least in this school district, is 6th, 7th, and 8th. Is that what's going on?
That is correct.
For us, it was only 7th and 8th. We did, what was it, kindergarten through 6th grade, and then it was 7th, 8th, and then high school the rest of the way for us. At the old Lake Stevens High, or Lake Stevens School District. Mm-hmm. So how's it going?
Well, it hasn't started yet, but it's definitely bringing back the memories of.
Did they get to do a walkthrough or whatever?
They do that next week.
Oh,
they
shit!
They did some like preamble stuff like the end of last year, but next week.
Because I think Roden's kid already did some sort of a tour.
Yeah, but they did that like the end of last year, but then next week they actually like go and they can see where they can actually go to where their actual classrooms and things like that are going to be, so they know like tie it with their schedule and whatnot. It's definitely bringing back memories of like, again, like how you had an older brother who was a couple years older. So you were maybe a little bit more prepared, but like I just went into it blind, just thinking like it's another extension of elementary school.
Yeah. I was the same way though. I wasn't prepared. Like my brother didn't say like, hey man, this is what's going to happen.
Right.
And he was 4 years older than me. So by the time he was already 2 years removed from middle school by the time we went in. So there wasn't even a lot of teachers that remember him all that much that I could.
I feel like I remember distinctly in like probably 7th grade, which was our first year of middle school, like going, oh, now I understand what popularity is. Like to me, it was just like a foreign concept before, like watch Ferris Bueller's Ferris Bueller's Day Off and be like, oh, he's popular. But then being there, it's like you literally, I feel like had like an index in your head of like who is more popular than who. And that was like such an important like aspect of being there that was like totally foreign to me.
And there was hallways with lockers. That was like I don't believe we had that in Hillcrest.
No,
even
if
you're in like 6th grade. So all of the tropes that you would see in movies or TV actually were happening when you got to middle school, at least in our area. And so, that was very much that way. It was like, holy shit, like this is different.
Yeah.
And also having actually different rooms that you go to for your classes. I remember talking to somebody like, who do you got for home? What was it? Home
ec.
No. Your homeroom. Who's your homeroom? I'm like,
I still don't understand what homeroom is. I think in some schools they do a homeroom that's like short and it's just where announcements are made. and you don't like that. For me, it was just always like,
it.
yeah, my first class of the day is science with Mr. Ingram. That's my homeroom, I guess. I
thought the homeroom had something to do with like more like I don't know
what the fuck a homeroom is.
I always thought it was like more of a serious class, like your history or English was always your homeroom.
I thought it was just the first place you showed up every day.
I don't know. I could be wrong too. I don't know, but like I remember someone saying like, "Who do you have for your homeroom?" I'm like, "Fuck, I don't know what I have. What are you talking about?"
I still have fucking stress dreams about.
Like, I have what they gave me. Here's where I'm going. Like, what are you talking about?
I still have stress dreams that. Do you remember what they printed your little schedule on that little 3x5 card?
Yeah.
So I'll have stress dreams still to this day, not all the time, but like once in a blue moon, that I don't have that card and I don't know where I'm supposed to go next. And I'm just like wandering around the school trying to find the classroom and I'm like going to the wrong one.
I don't even remember how I even traversed that.
I think they fucking mailed this thing to you and be like, here's your class schedule. And then we'd instantly just get on the beep, boop, boop, boop. Thunder, what do you have? Let's compare. And like, but like it was like a 3x5 card that was like computer air quotes printed. Probably one of those. Yep. But it was like jankily aligned. Like the lines on the card were like the paper came that way, and then they tried to print on those lines and it like lined up, but it was always like didn't line up. But you could kind of get you're like, I sort of get what they're going for. But you'd have those little cards. But I don't know if I ever lost one, but I still live in the fear of losing one today. Like I didn't get it.
I do not have those dreams, but I do. I have dreams still of showing up and not knowing there was a test, and I have to. That's really? Always the thing that I still.
Mine's always. I don't know where I'm going to go, and then the next part of it is. There's a class that I was in that I haven't been to the entire like school year, and
you don't know what's going on.
I don't know what's going on.
That's the test one for me. It's it's like here's we got a test. And I was like, what? This is my first date. What are you talking about? I have no recollection
for me. It's
of
like,
being here.
I've been skipping that class this whole time, or I didn't even know I was supposed to go there, and what have I been missing? And I'm gonna, exactly. It's weird. Like, what do you? That I'm sure there's like volumes written about what those dreams mean. Yeah.
I think it's just probably
like we're in our late 40s. I probably had one of those dreams in the last month.
It's like all of the stuff that we talk about on this stupid show, though. It's things that were burned into your freshly new cerebral cortex or whatever. So this stuff probably, as you are experience this stuff for the first time, it's going to leave like an indelible mark in your brain, right? So you probably just. When you go to sleep, you'd probably just go back to those first kind of memories that were.
We just came from a happy hour. We were talking about this, and that like there's a big thing in Seattle. Like a lot of kids break out from like wherever their elementary school is in Seattle to go like a private middle school. And there's a couple in Seattle that are like pretty well known, but it's fucking expensive. It's like
I bet
20-30 grand a year to go to one of these things. We are not doing that. We're going to public school.
You want to have your kids become fucking indoctrinated by the fucking hard fucking left? Let me remind you of the station I work for. Public schools are just there to brainwash your children.
I'm very aware. But what we were talking about was like, man, 20, 30 grand a year. It's like the only thing I remember from middle school is getting a boner in math class and being like, why did I wear sweats? Why did I do it?
You just tuck it under the waistband. Go up. So I remember someone told me that. I don't know who it was. Dude, you just tuck it under your waistband.
I didn't have the length back then.
Shit. You gotta like if you've got sweats, you just push it down.
I know, but like that's all I remember from middle school. So for someone to pay 30 grand for me to remember to like, or just teach me not to wear sweatpants to school, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, let's.
Like, what do you remember from middle school of like learning?
Nothing. Like I don't remember.
I learned how to make a Dutch baby.
I was just going to say that. The one thing is home ec, and it was the Dutch baby. That was fucking. It was the most involved thing that I did in all of middle school. And I was like, man, I ate that and it was pretty good.
I could do that. Good. I made it at home. I'm going to make it. Hey, I wanted to make this at school. It's like eggs and a bunch of flour.
Yeah. No, outside of that, no way. Well, and doing some like the first actual real sports. You know what I mean? Because up to that point, you were in some sort of shared rec league.
Yeah.
But this was the one that was actually the school. And so that is burned in my memory because it was wrestling and it was pretty miserable the whole time. And there were some things I've talked about in the show that happened there where I'm like it made me like think about life choices, basically, like where I realized like, hey, if I don't like something, I don't have to do it, even if my friends are doing it and things like that, like sort of, but like, the sports and probably home ec. Like other than that, I don't.
A memory
wood shop.
A memory came back to me the other day, and I don't know. Maybe I went and saw that. I think I told you we were talking at happy hour. I went and saw that movie Weapons, and it made me think about in middle school, and in the movie, they like these kids like run out of the house in the middle of the night, and some kids are captured by like their Ring camera and all that. And I was like, man, like kids today, like I remember in middle school, I think it was in 7th grade, it was the first time I like snuck out in the middle of the night.
Sure. Yeah.
And we did it by like, we opened one of the windows in my parents' house downstairs. We went, our doors had like little like beep, 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 beep. It was like, beep when you would close or shut. Yeah. It was because they had like security system.
Are you talking about the house
in the lake down on the,
that one was, I think yours was the first house I ever like had that a security system that would be, like you'd open the door, like
we had to crank one of the windows open that was like near the garage, and we climbed out through that and like snuck out.
Who's we at this point?
I think, man,
because it's not your brother. Your brother's
no, he was moved out by then. It would have been Danny.
Sure,
probably a Shane. I think Shane was
what year did you move into that house?
Probably that year, like earlier the summer before middle school.
Oh no shit. Yeah, okay, so I didn't because. Yeah, that's right. Because it was being built. The summer between 6th and 7th grade.
So the summer before middle school moved in there. But sneaking out there, and snuck out. We went and met Geneva and who was the girl that like
Althea?
Yes, and her and some other friends and then got back. And
they were a year older than us.
What I remember about that is the next day we had barely slept, right? And the next day I remember being in the worst like effing mood, and just like my dad just being like so fed up with me. And I was just like, now later I'm like, oh yeah, I hadn't slept.
You were just,
I was just a brat the entire day. Cause it was like, whatever, some kids had stayed the night, and the next day, like they were gone. I'm like mowing the lawn and doing chores around the house, just being a complete little asshole. And it's like, at the time I was like, I was totally right. Looking back on it now, I was like, oh man.
So you snuck out.
Yeah.
Got on a bike.
No, we didn't we walked.
Where did they live?
They lived. Althea lived up above like my old house where like Kyle lived.
Oh sure.
That development,
that's
up
right.
by the Mormon church.
Yes.
Yeah. So we walked up there, and every time a car went by, we would like there's a car coming. We'd hide in the bushes. Like they're gonna what are they gonna do?
Hey, you guys. Although my old man saw you walking one time. Hey, I think I saw John walking on South Davies down there. It was after our 10-year reunion, I was like, oh yeah, you did.
Anyways, so I don't that time and maybe one other time, because like I feel like Danny got a taste for it. He's like, let's sneak out again. I was like, I don't know.
You're too scared.
We did like one other time. I was like, never again. I never got caught though. At least I don't like. Yeah, if I got caught, they didn't say anything or something. Yeah,
I mean,
but you couldn't do that today. Now there's a Ring camera. Way. There's cameras in the house. No. They'd say like, "What were you doing?"
Way.
Yeah.
No way. There's some sort of security or cameras or your neighbor's camera, whatever. It's like there's no way you could.
Yeah, you can barely literally, because the stuff is so cheap to get and stuff. You have we have a doorbell cam.
No, we don't have any of that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm surprised we don't, but we don't have it.
I have most of it just because the goddamn kids they have like sensors on the doors and stuff, because the kids leave shit open so much, and I sit there and like, is the door open? I don't want to have to get up and go look.
You can just check.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
But the kids can't get away with anything anymore, can they?
Most humans can't get away with anything anymore. That's where I'm like, someone like Ted Bundy. I got into it with somebody the other day, and they're saying it's probably easier now.
Well, it's like
to be a serial killer. And I was like,
way.
I don't think
it's like that dude in Idaho.
So. Yeah,
they just got him because his car drove by too many times.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That's how they tracked. Wasn't that ultimately kind of how they tracked him
The
down?
point they were trying to make is it's way easier for you to. They were saying like you could go in and get a marginalized person, kill them, hop on a plane, and you're out of there. Like, my whole point is like somehow they would They can figure it out.
I don't
somehow
know. They do
now,
all this like DNA. Like you don't even have to have like your DNA in one of those things. Just a relative of yours can like.
Yeah. I don't.
What's that? There was, what movie was it? They were joking about there's not semen on everything. Like it was like the there's not DNA test everything. But yeah,
it's just hard to get away with anything now, right?
Yeah,
right?
I feel like there's like you remember the other big thing in middle school that was also a shock to me, like when you and I first started going, was like chewing tobacco.
Yeah,
everybody was like
cigarettes too.
Cigarettes. There was like a certain group of kids that smoked, and you're like,
you're right, because they had parents. You usually knew somebody that had parents who smoked, but not really parents. That who was like, tobacco. Yeah.
At least in high school, they're like, that's the smoking section.
Yeah,
they just send kids to go smoke, and they're just like, if you're gonna do it, I guess go do it over there. Like, yeah, if you were smoking in that area, you wouldn't get busted.
No, and I remember a young guy I work with now. I was telling him about he's like, his mind is blown. I was like, no, there was a smoking. I know exactly where it is in high school. Yeah. It had a little roof out there, and the teachers who smoked sometimes would be out there, and there'd be, students out there smoking with teachers. Like that was a thing.
Yeah.
But
that was a whole group. But like chewing tobacco was like everywhere. If you wanted to be cool, if you wanted to up your popularity quotient, you would chew.
I don't know if I looked at it like that, but it was.
I feel like it was.
But there very much was especially because it's associated, I think, with sports, right? So it's like, you're playing baseball, I want to chew like the big leaguers or whatever. But it was everywhere. You're right. It was everywhere. Fucking everywhere.
And now the thing is vaping.
Yeah.
Like all the kids are like, and like cell phones that look, or vape things that look like cell phones, and vape things that look like, they have all these ones that look like other stuff. But I think that's the cool thing.
And I see like I saw a thing where kids will like use the sleeve of their like shirt. So like you like pull your hand in, and so you know how you make a tube with like the end of your sweatshirt or your coat. So what you do is you take the tug when the teacher turns around and you blow it into that.
Oh,
like you put it over your mouth and you exhale into
filters it.
Yeah, it exhales it, and then you just like move that down, and like teacher can't really, if they're like turned around or doing something that's not going to like have anything dissipating. It'll dissipate within like the sleeve.
I know everybody
sleeve of wizard.
Sleeve of wizard. Every generation has some weird chemical they've stuck into them, but like those vape things seem like really suspect. Like what is even in that? It's not toasted. It comes from a field.
I mean, well, look, either way, like sucking in smoke, literal burning things into your lungs, or weird.
What was the Kodiak? Like, what was the chewing tobacco? Like Kodiak has shards of fiberglass in it to get better flavor. Like, what?
No, it's not better flavor. It was to cut. This is well, maybe you heard that. Like, I don't know. It was to cut your lips so it would get into your system faster. So
is that true?
No, I don't think so. But it was like, because you put that shit in your lip and it absorbs, right? So they say like, Kodiak's got a little bit of fiberglass, so it like kind of like scores your lip, so it gets in there.
I'm gonna Google that later.
Yeah,
I'm gonna see if that was true or not. That was the urban legend, though. Yeah.
Kodiak you stayed away from for sure, because there was something.
If you had it, you were hardcore.
Or that like, but like there was fiberglass in it for whatever reason. There was fiberglass in it. I think allegedly. Hey, Kodiak, if you're still out there, this is all just rumors.
This is what people thought in Lake Stevens.
Yeah.
We were very far from a newspaper or any sort of library.
Could never do that shit, by the way. I tried it like 3 times.
I tried it. I tried it.
Spins and vomited.
I did the same thing one of those times. I wanted to. I really wanted to.
I didn't want to. I just did it because I was like, no. You wanted to.
I wanted to be cool. I wanted to play. I think Danny was into other sports guy. Anybody who was playing baseball was cool. I was like, I wanted to be like it, and I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
Yeah. Blessing in disguise now.
Sometimes, though, I have to say it kind of tasted good depending on which one you had. Like you were like, this tastes like mint with some other weird flavor, but it was always seemed to be like pretty sweet. So it was always like, I could see myself doing this. And then I just get the spins. I'd take it out. By the time you get the spins from it,
it's too late.
It's too late. You take it out and just end up vomiting, and just I remember just laying on my back in like grass, looking at the sky, or oh my God. And I it's like 3 or 4 times like this is gonna be, and I was just doing it because we had some friends that did it.
Yeah.
And there was a girl who I always had a shining for. She did it one time when we were out. And I was like, if she can do it, I can do it.
Yes. I believe in myself.
Yeah. And we went to a party. So this was in high school. I went into the bathroom, threw up in the toilet, and I came out.
What did you have for dinner that night? What was it?
It's probably
Alfie's Pizza or something?
Alfie's Pizza, Burger King, McDonald's.
Burger King? Maybe. Driving to Everett?
No. In high school, we still, remember we had.
No, I know. That one opened.
Maybe I had Thumbos. Let's think about it. I probably had Thumbos before it was a Burger King. I don't know. It was something shitty like that, right? So I go in and I threw up. Yeah. And then I'm like, okay, get yourself straight here. And then I tried to do it as quickly as possible because I was like, I don't want someone to catch me. Yeah. So I leave the bathroom. She's coming in.
Oh, no.
She's coming in. And I was
Worst
like,
nightmare.
Oh, hey, blah, blah, blah. And then we're out in the party or whatever. She comes out and she's like, did you throw up in there? It's like, no.
Somebody did, though.
I'm like, yeah. She's
somebody,
like, really?
Somebody
like,
definitely did.
Yeah. She's like, is that from the chew? And I was like, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm like,
God, that's the worst. Like, that is your absolute worst. I got to hide this. There's the girl I like. Oh, she's waiting at the door.
Yeah.
You might as well just
she came with us, but it's like, and she was, it wasn't that embarrassing because it was like she was kind of part of the crew anyway, so it didn't really matter. It was like, if anybody was to catch me, I'm glad it was her. Yeah. Fucking chew. Now they got all this fucking Zyn packets or whatever. You see that shit?
No.
So, we got an engineer at our work and it comes in the little cylinder thing, just like it's chew, but it's just these little white packets. They almost look like,
little tea bags or something.
Yeah, little tea bags.
They had those in high school. There was one brand that had.
No, those are Bandits. Those are like Skull Bandits.
Oh
but,
shit!
But it was tobacco on the inside. This is just flavored. What do you call it? Nicotine. Oh. There's no chewing tobacco. There's not. I think you can get a tobacco flavored, right? But it's like a nicotine pouch that is like certain flavors.
Like send you to the goddamn moon.
I don't know. Zins. Is that what they're called? Something like Zins or some shit like that?
I'm learning right now, sir. I have no idea.
So, I can never do that bullshit.
God.
And I was talking to somebody. I had my first beer, I think was like 7th or 8th grade. And it was Blaine Beecham's older sister had a 6-pack of, you may have been there, Lowenbrow.
I don't think I was there.
Remember Lowenbrow?
I do remember Lowenbrow.
And they're like, yeah, we don't really like this. Do you guys want it? And we were like, what?
Yeah.
What? And you're like, yeah. It was like my boyfriend brought it over and I don't really like it. So we had like 2 left in this 6-pack.
Yeah.
And so he had a Lowenbrow and I had a Lowenbrow. It was in the bottle.
How'd you feel?
Fine.
Like a god?
Oh, I felt like, did I get like hammered or did I get, I don't remember feeling drunk off of it or anything, but I remember thinking like, wow. Like, Look at me.
Yeah.
And then I think
feel like Russ and Family Vacation.
I don't think I had another one until senior year of high school. I had a Bud Light at a party and that was it.
Dude, we turned, our like high school to like turning 21 years was the shittiest of beer years. Everything was ice and Red Dogs.
Yes, ice beers, red beers. Yep.
Not absolutely. Red beer. Like I was telling this to somebody the other day. Like, I like a red beer. I'm like, no, not the Bloody Mary type of red beer.
No,
some sort of like
Red Dog, Red Wolf,
Red
House. I don't know. There's like
they're all
Schmidt Red, Schmidt Ice. There was not.
It wasn't tomato based.
No,
it was like some. What was it?
I don't know.
Some malty bullshit.
Like, wasn't there like Killian's Red? Yeah. That was maybe like one of the
it was, everything was ice everywhere. Every party, every house party you go to, just ice
house,
beers. Now I bet these kids today, there's just a bunch of fucking White Claws and some goddamn whatever Celsius or whatever the booze version of Celsius is.
I think that Mike's Hard shit is really kind of taken off too.
Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Yeah, the whatever the twisted teas and the Mike Hards. Yeah. I don't know.
We go camping. This didn't happen this year. Don't call CPS on anybody, but like, I guess it wasn't my kids. It was one of the other families. They've got these twisted teas, and it was like Twisted Tea Firecracker Edition, and it was colored like
I've seen these.
Yeah, it's colored like a firecracker popsicle.
Yeah, that's a flavor that's going like everywhere now.
Well, and those cans look like fucking candy. And one of the kids one of the little kids opened one. They're like, I don't like this. Doesn't taste good. Like, oh God, that's not like.
Wow.
It looks like
a
kid's drink.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I saw it in the like the store or whatever. I was like, fucking firecracker flavored.
What is the flavor?
It's like those, like
I get what it is, but what is it flavored like in a twisted tea?
I think it's like almost like a nondescript fake cherry / lemon is usually what it is. Because I drink, I have those like liquid IVs or whatever. They have a flavor. You know the shit. It's supposed to be like it's electrolytes, and it's like powder you dump into water. So it's like Costco or whatever. Yeah. So they have ones that are like popsicle rocket pop flavored.
Yeah.
And so it's like, and it's just like Gatorade or whatever, right? But dude, I love that shit. I love that flavor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I love that flavor because I used to get those firecrackers, what they're called.
Yeah.
Now each segment of the firecracker, to your point, is like a different flavor.
Yeah.
But they weren't that different. I think this is just kind of a catch-all. Well,
most of that
flavored.
Is probably in the color is in
probably
your head.
in your head, right?
It's like they've done studies where
it's like
they
Fruit Loops or something.
Yeah, exactly. Or they've done like where they put. We read this book where they like had, I think it was like 7-Up or Sprite or one of those, but they they put in a can that was like had a lime on it, and people were like, this tastes like really lime, and then they take the same drink and put it in a can just with a picture of a lemon on it, and like people would say, no, it tastes like lemon. And just like the visual of it and whatever, like your brain like fills in some of the
It's
blanks.
probably that's why it's probably just one flavor. Who knows?
Yeah.
But, I love that fucking flavor.
Oof. The thing, the kids today too, I was talking to a parent, and she was saying like the CBD gummies, not even like CBD gummies, which is just like
it's not isn't even that CBD stuff is kind of even
that you can get at like fitness stores and stuff like that. Like any of that CBD is just.
But isn't it also kind of like, does it actually do anything? Isn't there kind of the jury's out?
Yeah, people say it can kind of like mellow you out and stuff.
Yeah.
But she said that the gummy thing is such a thing in like high school. She's like, she's gone and bought gummies for her kid and been like. Only because like you don't know what's in these other ones that you're getting. Like if they're like, I got a gummy from Tyler or whatever, or some kid.
Oh shit!
They don't know what's in it. So it's like, if you're gonna have a gummy, eat these ones. I will buy you these ones.
No shit.
So you don't get them from other kids
because they're probably stealing it, and who knows what's
it could be fentanyl in it or something, right?
Right.
Yeah, it'd be nuts.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, speaking of Fenty, since my kid broke her arm, whatever that was, 2 weeks ago when you and I were supposed to hang out.
Yeah.
And they gave her a fentanyl like nasal thing, just like take away the pain. She has like in a situation like that, go in the emergency room with a broken arm. There's like a lot of anxiety and whatever.
Yeah.
So the fentanyl definitely helped with that and helped with the pain.
I didn't know there was like you just spray it up.
There's a nasal spray. Well, and when I went in, the doctor's like, we're gonna give her some, kind of has a scary name. It's fentanyl, and I was like, it's fine. She's had it before. Like I'm not worried about like. I'm not one of these.
Look at her back. She does the fentanyl lean every night.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not one of these parents who be like, no, and absolutely not. Like, fuck, go for it. It's going to take away her pain instantly. Because one time she split her chin open. They gave it to her, and it was like night and day. She was like totally fine. So I was like, yeah, go for it. So they do that once, and then they give her some Advil and Tylenol and stuff that's more long lasting. And then later, we were there long enough. They gave her another thing of fentanyl, and then as we're leaving, and she was like, are you tired? Do you want to sleep? No. And she was just like zoned out, watching TV, just a zombie, like total fentanyl, like lean.
Good Lord, dude.
And a kid. But as we're leaving, she's like normal again, kind of talking. They're like, okay, we didn't get a drug prescription, but they're like, you can do, children's Tylenol and this Advil and whatever. And my 11-year-old, she's like, can we get the nasal stuff too?
No way.
And they're like, no, you can't take that home. She's like, I like that one.
Oh my God, dude.
I was like,
keep her away from that shit later in life.
I know.
Lord,
I don't really, that fentanyl stuff is pretty good. If you've ever had it for pain or anything like that.
I usually don't take any of that stuff, even if I have.
It's like
I don't take any of that shit.
It's like a 2-beer buzz instantly.
Yeah. No, I mean, the most, and knock on this whatever this is, I've not broken anything. I've not pulled anything to the point where I would need something like that. The most I've ever had is like dental work, and it's usually like Vicodin and
that Vicodin just makes me sick.
I don't mess with any of that.
Like when I broke my wrist, they gave me, what's the one the Rush Limbaugh was all hopped up on?
Oh, Oxys?
Yeah, you gave me the Oxys. It just makes me like sick to my stomach. Like,
I've never done any of that stuff.
It doesn't help me. I just
if I was to get something done and they're like, here's the magical pill, and here's like harder Advil, ibuprofen or whatever. And they're like, if it really hurts, take one of these magical pills. If it doesn't really bother you that much, just take the Advil or whatever. Yeah. And I usually just take the Advil.
I take the Advil as well.
It just doesn't.
Anyways, the kids today, they had to worry about, what's your shit laced with? We didn't have a lot of stuff that was like the regular thing that was like laced. Yeah.
No, that's scary, man.
Yeah. The other thing I was thinking, because going into 6th grade, middle school, you kind of like, I feel like there was like the transition. You're like, you have to like, I still like, when we were that age, it's like, I still like Transformers, but I can't admit that I still like them. I feel like that's gone. Like kids just like the shit they like.
Totally. Yeah. Totally.
Like they want,
because adults can you can have toys.
There's a bunch of toys out in your office here as we walk through. And so I'm jealous definitely of that. Like, they like all that stuff. But what I was thinking about was like the kids, like now they just like whatever cartoon they like all that stuff is totally fine as old as you want to be. I feel like there was so much shame for that. Like when we were growing up, like you still watch DuckTales,
dude.
You're like, fuck, man, I really like DuckTales.
I'll tell you what, dude. Third grade. This is how far back reaching this goes. Yeah. 3rd grade, we read Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah.
So I went and stayed at one of my friends' houses, and we went to rent a VCR and rent a couple of movies. And their mom was like, Kevin gets to pick a movie too. And they picked, what was it?
Sleepaway Camp?
No, it wasn't anything but it was it like War Games or something? What is the one where like at some point, a trunk opens of a car and like a giant middle finger bounces up and out? It's either like War Games or one of these,
like Real Genius or something like that. It's not War Games.
Wasn't there one that has like that was like
I know War Games back to front.
Not War Games. God bless. What was it? Almost like the name of the movie was an acronym for a name, like Sid or
Daryl.
Daryl, was it Daryl?
He's a robot. A robot kid.
Okay, one of these fucking movies.
He's a robot kid. He can fly a supersonic jet.
I had just finished Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, went to the goddamn video store, didn't realize that there was a Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory based on the book.
Right.
Their mom is a teacher, and I see that, and she's like, oh, yeah, there's a movie about that book. Were you reading that book?
Yeah.
She's like, you'll like it. Get that movie. I was unmercifully made fun of his older brother and him.
Yeah.
His older brother's like my brother's age, so he was 6th grade.
Yeah.
I don't know what, 7th grade, 6th grade. And then Shane was the same age as me. They wanted nothing to do with this bullshit kid movie, and I sat and watched it by myself.
It's a classic today.
It's a classic.
People love it. It's a meme. People love the meme.
We watched Daryl the night before. I think I fell asleep, and then in the morning we woke up, and I was like, let's watch this Willy Wonka. And they're like, nah, we're gonna go out and ride our dirt bikes. And I was like, I was like, I want to do that too. Yeah. But I felt guilty because she rented this movie, and so I'm like, I'm gonna watch it.
$3 fee. Yeah.
I fucking loved it. By the way, loved it.
Yeah. That's so funny.
I was like, I'm getting made fun of. Like, fuck.
My 11-year-old, like the movie that's like big with like my 8-year-old and one of her friends, a lot of her friends, is that K-pop Demon Hunters. Like,
I don't even know what this is. I've heard
it's an animated movie on Netflix. It's musical. It's like K-pop.
No idea it had anything to do with K-pop. I had no idea.
Well, it's called K-pop Demon Hunters.
I just know Demon Hunters. I don't know.
Okay. But the 8-year-old's into it, and then like she was like, I want to watch this, and so I was watching with her, and the 11-year-old kind of creeps in, kind of, what are you guys watching? Like watching this K-pop Demon Hunters, and she just kind of like sits down, like very casually, like, I'm not interested in it, but obviously it's that definitely I can tell that move. Like I really want to watch this, but I can't. My little sister's into it, so I got to play it cool. Like I
can't
cool.
show that I'm into it. Yeah.
Into it, right? And then she watches it, and like 8-year-old loves it, and like asks the 11-year-old, and she's kind of like, I don't like it. I'm not into it. But then I can tell, like, later I hear her singing one of the songs. And I'm like, I thought you didn't like that movie. It's just stuck in my head. Like, okay. But then we find out later, like, this whole funny thing, like that movie, and going back to like now kids, you can love everything you like until you're old as you want to be, right? That movie's like popular. We were like out camping. They're like, oh yeah, my 22-year-old cousin. It's like their favorite movie, and like this 23-year-old. It's all we did was like watch this movie all weekend. And my 11-year-old's hearing this, and it's like now it's giving her permission to like my favorite song is da da. Like, you know, like now she's into it. But it was like this shame thing I could tell before. Like I can't like it because the 8-year-old likes it, and this must be for little kids. Then to find out like 20-year-olds are like way into it, she's like, oh, it's okay. I can do this now. And that usually starts creeping in about 11 or 12 where you're, because I remember I still was kind of liking the G.I. Joe figures. And then I was like, got into middle school and I was like, I need to get shut of this now. I know. You would see a commercial or something for some new toy. Like, that's cool. Oh my God, that's fucking cool. I can't let anyone know I like that. Yeah. Maybe someone's going to spy on me and see me playing with this. And like, why would they be spying on you? Nobody gives a shit about you. Yeah. Wild. But you're right. And in the cartoon movies, quote unquote movies that we had when we were a kid, garbage. Were dog shit. It was either a Disney movie. But that was the years that like Disney talks about too. Like before, I think it was Michael Eisner or whatever came in, like turned them around. Yeah. But before that, it was just a string of just duds and terrible. Yeah. I was going to say it was like older Disney movies or. Oh yeah. It was like Snow White. That sort of shit. Classics, but yeah. Or terrible. Like, hey, they made a Transformers movie, and then it was like terrible compared to the cartoon that you, or same with G.I. Joe or whatever. Yeah. That would be about it. There was definitely no cartoon movies crafted to be entertaining for the adult that had to had to be drugged to this because their kid wants to see it. I think that worked in our advantage though, because I ended up like the movie renting Daryl. No, I rented the fucking Terminator like once a week, and my parents like, okay, like there was just like the acceptableness and like what you could watch. Like, oh, there's a family movie out. It's called Vacation. We're gonna go see it. It's just like full boobs in it and swearing and like, is there? Yeah, it's like Revenge of the Nerds. Yeah, yep, gonna watch that. It's just got full frontal nudity, but like that worked in our advantage. We got to watch like all kinds of crazy shit. And that, like our kids would never watch today. Well, think about this too. It wouldn't be like there was any sort of news information program that would be like, hey parents, we got to warn you about this movie called Revenge of the Nerds that your kids might try to rent if you're at the video store. Don't, you know, like there's nothing like that. There was no informing anybody. That worked in our advantage. Totally. Totally. Like, yeah, they would drag me to all, like, whatever my parents wanted to see, you would just get drugged to. Yep. Like, I want to go see, I'm trying to even think, like, we're going to go see this Hunt for Red October. You're like, I don't know what that is. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, or whatever it is. Die Hard. I went and saw Die Hard in theaters, so I was like, loved it. No way I would drag my, like, what would I have been there? 10 years old? Drag my 10-year-old to a rated R, like, action films, like, full of blood and squibs going off everywhere and stuff. Was, like, what was the disconnect there? Was it just our parents were like, they can handle it, or they didn't think about it? I guess they just didn't even think about it. They thought about it. Yeah. Like, we're just Raiders going to see a movie. Ark. Like some of these, there's some scary shit in that, man. Yeah. Dude just melts and explodes. Yeah. Don't get even started on Temple of Doom. There's all this child abuse, whipping, and like, that one, that's the movie that like started PG-13. Yeah, started PG-13. Worked. He ruined it for everyone. But to that point, nobody gave a shit. I wonder if that was like a carryover from like in the 70s, I guess, if it was an adult film, it was like Last Tango in Paris or something. Well, you can't watch that. That's like a bunch of sex and nudity. But you can watch, I don't know. Violence. And you can watch Jaws. Yeah. Jaws is fine. Yep. Like, Jaws is fucking disturbing, by the way. Yeah, Jaws. Yeah. That is a weird one because if it was Texas Chainsaw Massacre, no way. Like, my parents like, you can't watch that. But yeah, if it's Jaws, it's Jaws. Go for it. Like 6 months ago or so, my 8-year-old she's into sharks and stuff in general, but she's like, I really want to watch Jaws. And I was like, I don't know if we can watch Jaws. Like, well, you know what? I can't remember if I bought it or rented it or something on my phone. I was on a flight. I was like, I'm going to watch Jaws on this flight to see if like my 8-year-old's tolerance for this stuff is pretty high, like just scary stuff in general. But the opening scene of Jaws, I don't remember the last time you saw it, is just I saw it in 3D a few years ago in the movie theater. They did a conversion. The opening scene is that girl night swimming and just getting drugged around the water, screaming bloody murder. I was like having a hard time watching on the plane. I was like, there's no way she could watch. I mean, it's like, and because of the way he shoots it too, it's like it leaves so much in the imagination. She's just screaming for like minutes on end. Let her watch it. She'll be fine. I was like, I don't know if we can watch this one. Yeah.
There was
Great movie though.
Yeah, it was a great movie. Yeah, there were certain movies back then for sure that were off limits, but it was usually like the horror movies.
Anything in the horror section was like probably, although the other movie I rented a lot was American Werewolf in London because I love that movie. But like that movie is also gruesome and terrifying.
Yeah, but I think with that movie, what it's got going for it though is
it's
like
elevated horror.
Yeah, but it's like also old timey. Right, so like Frankenstein, Dracula, oh, that's old timey.
Yeah.
And so it's a werewolf. Who cares? Let's not forget, like,
it's not like witch and the occult and all that stuff from the 80s.
Unless you're watching The Howling, like me and my older brother did
that's the occult
at Tim Boone's house, who had a CED player, and we paused it on full frontal nudity by the fire in The Howling. But yeah, sure. But there was something about that. There was like a disconnect. It's like, oh, Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Totally,
come on, that's cartoon.
Swamp Thing. Yeah, it should be fine.
That'll be fine. But it was like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Friday the 13th. No.
Yeah.
No.
Although fourth grade to watch Friday the 13th Part 3 at Kyle Walker's birthday party.
I saw it on USA Network at when we were staying in a hotel somewhere, and I couldn't believe it was on TV. And I was terrified the entire time.
Movie
but then
today? And now we're
scary.
off topic. We've gone from like middle school and all this, but this is just how these things go sometimes. If my 8-year-old, we were talking the other day. We we watched with him was Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Oh sure.
Which I had probably seen since that movie came out. I never saw that in theaters. I saw it when it came out on the videotape.
Same. Enjoyed it though.
I hadn't seen it in a long time. It's kind of very slow and uneven in the opening reels until they get shrunk, and then it kind of turns into the Goonies.
Yeah, I couldn't even tell you about before they get shrunk. I
was like, man, when even watching it, I was like, when are they going to shrink these fucking kids? Let's move this thing along. It's a lot about the neighbor. It's very like if you rewatch it today, like it's definitely not. It's not as tight as something like the Goonies is very tight.
Like you got to get to it.
But there's like a scene in it where they like fall in like a mud puddle or some goo or something, right? And it's like disgusting. And one of the girls like drowns and then spits up a bunch of goo. And like my 11-year-old is like, oh, it's so gross. And my 8-year-old who likes this stuff, she's like, oh, she was like way into it. I was like, oh, you'd love the movies that Dad watches because I'm thinking like The Evil Dead and stuff, right? Like I love that, like any of that gruesome horror stuff. And she's like, oh yeah, I want to watch those. And like, maybe when you're older, but it got me thinking, is like, what? I was going to introduce her to that sort of like, those sort of like gruesome, whatever thing. Like, is there one that's like so over the top cartoonish or something that you just got to be like, you would enjoy?
Boy, I don't know.
Because Dead Alive is one. Have you ever seen Dead Alive, the Peter Jackson movie? No. Like he made way before The Hobbit.
Yeah. No.
It's bonkers. Like there's a lawnmower that cuts through people. I mean, it's just like it's Looney Tunes. It's like literally a Looney Tunes horror film
come to life.
But that's probably still even too intense.
Yeah, the gross ones I can think of are like Toxic Avenger.
Oh
but that's like there's way too much like it's horrendous, dude.
Yes, that one wouldn't be the gruesomeness as much
you
as
you got a girl masturbating in a sauna and
to a picture of a dead kid.
To a dead kid, like what are we doing?
That one probably wouldn't work.
No. But gruesome wise, there's some gruesome shit where like when he's changing into the Toxic Avenger and he's got like blisters on his arm, he pops
the
it,
body horror stuff.
Like that stuff's kind of cartoonish and cool.
Yeah,
but there's way too much other shit going on that you could not show your kid.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, what would that be? I don't.
Army of Darkness is pretty cartoony. Something like that. I don't know. My head always goes to like Sam Raimi stuff.
Sure,
he kind of does like, some cartoony silly stuff. Yeah. Anyways, I got that.
You could do a Swamp Thing. You could do an actual original Swamp Thing.
Really?
Oh, that's pretty slow, but there's some gross effects in there. That's Wes Craven.
Did he direct that?
Yeah, he directed that.
That's funny.
It's a little slow, but it gets pretty,
I haven't seen that. I remember liking it a lot.
Or anything.
Yeah, I bet you wish there was.
No, wait, that's the movie. That's the one. There's like a French version that we watched for You Blew It, and there's a whole stripper scene in there. And we're like,
really?
I was like, what the fuck is this? I've never seen this, and we had to look it up.
Oh, too
There's
funny.
like strippers apart. It's so out of place. But they did it for like the international market.
European markets. That's too funny.
It's so out of place. But no, the original American cut of that movie is like pretty. There's some gross like guys changing into things.
Doesn't he rip a guy's arms off and stuff?
I don't know if he rips a guy's arm off. but there's one he gives like a potion to a guy and he doesn't know it, and his skin starts like bubbling off, and he's like peeling it off, and it's just shit like that where it's
that body horror stuff.
Yeah,
I like the body
it's
horror.
cartoony, but though it's a comic book, right?
Yeah.
So
I like all that, but any of that practical special effects stuff is all fun. Yeah, I like the horror more than you do, though. Like I feel like
definitely for sure. Especially that older stuff. Like I didn't have like the Army of Darkness shit. I didn't
get into it till way later.
What is it?
Evil Dead.
Evil Dead.
Yeah, love it. Love it.
Didn't strike a chord with me.
Some of the stuff is so just ridiculous. It's like, especially the TV series they did. It's just like there was like a whole thing where he gets attacked by zombies in like a sperm clinic, and there's just it's. I mean, imagine.
Yeah, right.
Like how they do the gross out like horror stuff in a sperm clinic. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, shit.
Yeah. That one probably wouldn't fly as much.
No, probably not. I don't even know. Like,
I'll figure it out.
You might be able to get away with it.
Maybe a Gremlins. Maybe a
Gremlins for sure.
Yeah.
Gremlins for sure.
Yeah.
And dare
There's
I say
some bubbling and some stuff in that.
This might be like you could probably maybe get away with like a Nightmare on Elm Street.
I was kind of thinking that
because I don't remember it being like a gore fest. I don't ever remember being scared of any of those movies.
Really? Those ones creep me out.
The
for some
idea
reason.
of
I don't know why.
The idea of like, being trapped in a dream or whatever, or like that was scary to me. But like other than that,
this topic that we should save for October. The Nightmare on Elm Street movies, probably because I had seen less of them. I had seen the first and maybe like the third or something like that. Always like creeped me out and scared me more than Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th, I watched those and those were not scary to me.
Yeah, Friday the 13th is super uneven too. Like the first one's there is no Jason. You don't get Jason to like the third one.
No, I think he's in the second one.
Is he in the second one? Yeah. I can't remember. Like, and they're pretty boring. You're right. I would say though, like, something flips where Freddy is more like fun. You like Freddy. Freddy Krueger. Like the first one is like, you're supposed to be scared of him. By the time you get to like the second and third one, it's like people like it's like Darth Vader. Is he really scary? People think he's cool, right?
Right.
So I know what it was about. It wasn't about being trapped in the dream. It was trying to stay awake. That whole
which is that's
idea of
what a great again, say for another episode, but what a great, as my kids had to sleep over last night, the 11-year-old, and she stayed up till like 3 a.m. with her friend. But I think they were doing that thing where they were trying to stay awake. But that's such a classic like kid thing. Like when we snuck out, it's like we gotta stay awake long enough that my parents fall asleep. And then we can sneak out. And then even when we got back, I think we like watched Aliens. I had like taped from TV or something.
That's
gotta stay awake.
That's funny you say that. So I think we've discussed this before, but from when we were going into middle school, we had that sleepover camp that we had in 6th grade, like Camp Casey or whatever.
Yeah.
And that was the first time that you'd mingle with kids from the other elementary schools before going into 7th grade or whatever. And so one of the guys that I was in the cabin, a couple of them were like really cool, like so cool that I heard about them. They're at another school. So I'm like, so-and-so's in my cabin.
Crazy. Like, no internet. No, anything. You just heard about
knew.
Like, yeah.
So it's like 6 of us in this cabin or whatever. And so this is the last night. We're sneaking out. And it was a thing that everyone knew that you did. Like even the counselors there were like high school kids or whatever. So they were like, it's like a rite of passage, right? And so
I got no passage.
Well, he gave us a talking to. It was like, don't try to sneak out. Like, I will get you and all the stuff. And then we all decided, we're like, what's going to happen? We leave tomorrow. Like, so we're like, we're all going to sneak out. And I remember like, this is awesome. We all fell asleep. We all waited to sneak out. Right. And I know some people did because we heard about it later. Yeah. And I woke up in the morning and I was like, God dang it. Like, and then I remember talking to even all the cool guys. I said, did you guys no, man, I fell asleep. None of us got out, even the cool guys.
That's what happened to me. Yeah. I don't remember. I don't think I would have done it. I would have been like too scared. Too much of a rules follower.
Yeah. I was totally scared, and I was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to do it. Like, screw it.
I'm on you.
I'm changing over a new leaf. I'm going to chew. I'm going to fucking do every sport.
You're going to drink a Lowenbrau.
Yeah, I'm going to drink a Lowenbrau. This is going to be it, man.
Yeah.
And then I fell asleep.
And then you got home, and you're like, I'm just going to
play G.I. Joe.
Play G.I. Joe. I'm gonna play Mask.
Yeah, exactly. All right, friend. Well, welcome back. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks.
We managed to get into the studio, and this was what a treat. What a real treat.
Putting in work.
All right. Yeah. All right. See y'all. Bye.
Now, all of you, get the fuck out now before I get too mad to turn back.